Hey guys, this is Kyle Skelly with Innovating the Outdoors, and we are going to review our net holster. So this is designed for our fly fishing net. So we wanted to create a way that allows the net to pivot 360 degrees while maintaining a very firm connection without the use of magnets. So what will be included in your package here will be what's in front of me. That's why I'm pushing all this stuff off to the side. You will get a 2-foot leash, which consists of 1/8 inch bungee and 2 plastic hooks with kind of like a rubber-like gatekeeper on them. And the reason we like these is they are very easy to snap on and snap off while maintaining enough rigidity to keep the hook on. So we really like them. They're made in America. That's another very important aspect of all of our products. They're all made in America, so everything you see here is designed in America, made in America, using American-made materials. That takes us to our Versa button, which will be mounted using the included number 6 screw, which is 3/4 inch long. We'll probably include 2 in the package, that way in case someone drops one of these, loses it, whatever, they can, we have another spare one in there. And that screw will just pass right through our Versa button like that, and then if you can see it, protrudes out the bottom, and then obviously you would screw that in just using a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. If you're going into a softer wood, there's no need to pilot hole the screw. But if you are going into a harder wood or carbon fiber, we do recommend the use of a pilot hole with a 3/32 bit. Again, that'll just give room for this screw on some harder woods and carbon fiber. So like I said, if you're going into hardwood carbon fiber, we highly recommend the use of a pilot hole using a 3/32 bit. And the depth you need to go is roughly about 1/2 inch. The screw, or I'm sorry, 3/8 of an inch roughly. The screw protrudes about a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. So if you just put a piece of electrical tape at, say, 3/8 to 1/4 inch and drill your pilot hole there, that'll certainly work. So for the installation, I just have a cheap net here that I use. I've already installed this, so my pilot hole is already drilled. But what I would do is wherever I want the Versa button to be, typically closer towards the actual mouth of the net here, back towards the butt of the net, right at the mouth, is where I typically like to mount mine. Hindsight's 20/20. I actually probably would have liked this up a little bit further, but it works pretty well. And you simply just screw that in. You don't got to go too crazy. You can actually spin the thing there, or the Versa button. Just kind of go until I can't really spin that anymore, and then just maybe give it like a little 1/8 of a turn. You'll feel the resistance. I just don't want anybody stripping out their wood or carbon fiber, and that's how you'll mount it. So very simple. The belt clip, again, we don't offer the belts or anything, but this is just a Drift neoprene belt. It attaches very, very easily. So a webbing belt will work. Neoprene belts, this one's pretty thick, probably almost an 1/8 inch thick. You just kind of, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you're just going to thread this thing on one side and then loop it over the top and then thread it through the other side, and we'll get a little close up there. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. There you go. So the belt will kind of weave in there. So now I'm mounted on my Versa button, my belt clip, onto my wading belt. For me, I do a lot of hiking, catching natives in the Allegheny Mountains. And what I really like to do is actually just take my wading belt and I wear it over top of my shirt, and then I just move the actual wading belt to my back while I'm wearing hiking pants or a t-shirt. And this is all in an attempt to catch native brook trout in the middle of nowhere in our beloved forests. So, like I said, those clip on really nice. There's 2 little retention eyes on the belt clip itself, which allow me to clip on either side. That's all personal preference. It's up to you. And then the other side will clip onto the eyelet on your hook, or on your net. And then I'm really ready to rock and roll. So I'll just stand up real quick and demo this. So just take my belt, put my belt on. If I had waders on, obviously I would just keep this net clip on. And then with it being such an easy remove, I can just throw my net, leave my belt on my waders through the belt loops on my waders, and then I can just take my net off and keep my net in my wading bag, or wherever you'd like to keep it. If you do take your belt on and off, obviously you can just leave your net hooked onto the belt clip and the net hooked onto your wading belt itself. So like I said, the design really allows for that 360-degree pivot. So 360 degrees, see if I can get it under my armpit. And it also maintains a very, very rigid connection. So it's not like a magnet where it wants to pop off. And if I'm in higher waters, I do fish a lot with my waders in, say, about like hip to like belly button height water. And what I found with the magnetic ones, if you're in fast enough water, it actually will lift that right up, and the next thing you know, your rod's floating downstream. Now you do have your leash to catch it, so it's really not a big deal, but it is a pain in the butt. This here, when it locks in, it has enough connection to where it's not going to bump off your hip. And there's 2 little thumb knobs on the actual belt clip that you can see probably earlier in the video when we showcase that. Those are designed so that I can just put my thumb right on those actual nubs, and you can see I just effortlessly pop that off. And the bungee is designed long enough so that I can come across my body, reach and net that fish for my friend, and not long enough to where it would get tangled up and hung up in the bottom of my boots. So that is our net clip. Like I said, it's fully pivotable, and installs very easily. For example, if I wanted to take this off the belt with my wading belt on, what I like to do is actually, I'll show on the other side, I like to just pinch the webbing in half, my wading belt in half. That really helps feed it in and out of these little bars on the actual clip itself. So when I pinch that in half, you can just pull the belt right out of the clip, and there's a close-up of the clip. So these are my little thumb nubs that I use to pop my net off, my 2 eyelets, and then you can see where it's removable on each side. So that is our net holster. We're going to retail this probably around $19.99, somewhere in that range. And what we'll eventually do, we usually do this with all our stuff, we make all the stuff, replacement parts, you know, in case you lose it, you want to put another setup on another wading belt and you don't want to transfer the belt clip over to the belt clip over to the other belt. We'll sell this all individually, and that stuff will be priced, you know, probably a few dollars for each item. Like the Versa button will probably be like $2 or $3. The belt clip, maybe $5. And yeah, and then the bungee and the hooks, that'll be, we'll sell those separately. Those will be a little bit more expensive. These hooks are a little bit more expensive as they are made in the United States. We wanted to keep that here. So that reviews our net holster. Obviously, as with all our products, and a lot of you know that are familiar with the company, if you have any questions, my phone number's on the website, Facebook page, message us, email us. If you get my phone number off the website, text me, call me, whatever. We're very responsive, and we do want you guys, you know, to reach out to us if you have any issues. So with that being said, thank you guys for your time, and yeah, we hope to hear back from you guys. Thank you.